Hey, I'm CDiinky. Alrighty guys, in today's video, I have found a fun little quirky mage build for you guys today, and in all honesty, this is probably the best mage build inside of Granted, which uses a little bug that probably shouldn't be used as intended, but for this video, I'm going to be using it, and I'm just going to be showing you how fun this mage build can be. Now, before we start the video, this is going to be in New Game Plus 2. This build only works inside of New Game Plus, as we're going to need to have a specific effect on one of our science cones. And of course, in New Game Plus 1, you don't get any science cones, or very little of them. So we are going into New Game Plus 2 for the easiest way to get cones. And obviously, the higher the New Game Plus you're in, the easier you are to get cones, but the worse this build is going to get. So New Game Plus 2 is like the strongest part of this build, or the strongest point this build will be in, I should say. So if my pet fire ant can get out of the way, please, we are going to be going over the build for today. And in all honesty, the only thing you need for this build is the wizard hat. The wizard hat is like the core for the build, as it buffs your perfect parry timer and also your attack damage after a perfect parry. So the wizard hat is a strong pick. And also you can go ahead and chuck on a piece of moth armor, a piece of mother demon armor, or broodmother armor I should say, a piece of mantis armor. Literally any armor set that works with bows or staves can work, but for this video I'm going to be rocking the moth robe for the bleed damage over time and the jumpstart for a % chance of getting stamina back after using my staff, and also the mother demon greaves for the poison coating and venom coating for more damage over time. So now we have got our armor set on. If you would like to go ahead and use the ant queen staff, I would highly recommend swapping the build out and using the entire fire ant set down the sleek path, as this increases your acid damage, and the ant queen staff is the only weapon in the game that I know of that does straight acid damage. So for half of this video I'm going to be using the wizard set, and then the other half I'm going to be using the fire ant set, just showing you off how quote unquote strong this build can be. The build isn't that strong, but it's a fun build nonetheless. Sorry Ashwell, I didn't mean to do that. But we're going to go ahead and get the rest of our weapons and armor, and I just would have thought level 12 weapons would have been a perfect spot for New Game Plus 2. It's not too overpowered and it's not too underpowered, so it's like the base level for New Game Plus 2. And this build also is going to work on a majority of the bosses in the backyard, so we're going to chuck on the boss recipes, and also just to buff yourself up in the boss fights. You don't really need to, but if you want more damage, go ahead and chuck the sticky boss sauce on for extra crit chance, the sticky liquid rage for extra attack damage, the sticky human food for extra damage resist, and other like healing fodder just to heal yourself quickly when you get low on HP, and of course bandages for that trickle regen. So now what makes this build super strong and what actually makes this build work entirely, and that is going to be on this science cone here. It is going to be the spicy mage effect. All we are going to need to make this build work is Spicy Mage. If you go ahead and have any other effects like plus boss damage, fresh damage up best, spicy damage up best, this build can be even stronger, catered to a certain weapon. But for an all-round build for boss fights and just fighting enemies, Spicy Mage and boss damage is going to be the best for the all-round build. Now, why is Spicy Mage so useful and why does it work with all these staffs? Well, technically it's not supposed to, as if we go down here and read the Spicy Mage effect, it says attacks with the spicy staff increase your attack speed until hit, stacking up to 5 times. So our attack speed is going to go up by 5 times, and if we get hit, we are going to lose those stacks. And for some reason, if we have the stacks applied on us with the spicy staff and we switch to a different staff, we don't lose the stacks until we get hit, and it works with all the other staffs inside the game, which is pretty cool. Now, the mutations for this build, realistically, you just need a Whittle Wizard, Parry Master, Buff Lungs, Cardio Fan, and Spicy Safety. This build here is like a maximum stamina and stamina on parry, because Parry Master does in fact synergize well with Whittle Wizard, or the Wizard Hat I should say, and I just chucked on extra stamina just to fire the staff more. And also, just to mention, the higher the phase your mutations are, the more effective and more efficient they are going to be in combat. So make sure your mutations are maxed out before you do any of these builds. But if you're in New Game Plus 2, your mutations should pretty much be maxed out by now. So now we're going to go ahead and go into the boss fights. And if you would like some extra damage, go ahead and chuck on the baby fire ant for plus 20% damage. It's not needed, but it makes boss fights slightly easier and slightly faster to take down. So let's go ahead and jump straight into the first boss fight. We're going to be fighting the Hedge Broodmother, and now the only killer for this build is going to be a damage over time effects applied on your character. So a poison damage over time, the infused venom from infused creatures, the bleed damage over time, pretty much any damage over time on your character is going to kill this build. So hopefully she does not have any of the bleed over times. And also, I'm not going to buff myself up in this fight because I don't really need to. I'm going to go ahead and start shooting her and stacking our attack up, and just like that, the staffs can't let you parry for a long time, so I got hit there. Staffs allow us to parry straight after an attack. So we're going to sit here, we're going to buff ourselves up or stack up, and we're just going to make sure we take out the adds just in case they do hit us. And now, as you can see, we are fully stacked up to 5 times down in the bottom, and what we can do is we can switch our weapon. And as you can see, our attack speed is still going to be the exact same, and we are going to just fire a crap ton. And it works with every single weapon. Now, as you can see here, the Sour Staff is just shooting orbs over and over and over. And this also works with the Ant Queen Staff as well. Let's go ahead and just do that, and we're just going to fire this out. It's like an actual machine gun. We are just mowing down the creatures of the backyard. Now we did get hit there and we did lose all of our stacks, but the great thing is with this build, if there are multiple enemies you are fighting and you hit all of them at once, as you'll see in our bottom left, we just got 3 stacks, or probably 4 stacks. We got a bunch of stacks by hitting the enemies all at once. So it's like if you hit 1 enemy, you get 1 stack. If you hit 2 enemies, you get 2 stacks, and so on, maxing out at 5 stacks. Let's go ahead and take out these spiders, and we'll just finish her off using the attack speed from our mint staff. Although it's not very effective against her, we've already stunned her, just like that. And the Hedge Broodmother is down just like that. Not the most efficient way of killing her, because there are definitely a lot of other efficient ways to kill the Hedge Broodmother, but for a bit of fun and just a bit of sandbox and playing around, this is an amazing build to try out. This build is going to be extremely good against farming a bunch of the anthills in the backyard. The red anthill is just use the spicy staff as they are weak to spicy damage. The fire anthill you can go ahead and stack up, then use the mint staff as they are weak to fresh damage. And then the black anthill, you can pretty much just use whatever you want and just stack up and kill them as well. So like I just said, we are here at the fire anthill. We're going to hit the fire ants with the spicy attack, and just like that, we should already be fully buffed, and we can just sit here and just start firing at them and just blowing them to smithereens. Now, if we do have the Ant Annihilator mutation equipped, this build is going to be even stronger. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that. We're going to chuck on Ant Annihilator. I said chuck it on, not equip it and then unequip it. We're going to stack ourselves up again, and just like that, we should be fully stacked. And we're just going to mow through the anthill, just destroying every single one. Sadly, we do not have a bunch of stamina, so we can't keep firing for as long as we wanted. But like, it's a pretty good way to clear out a bunch of mobs inside of the backyard, especially infused variants. As you can see, this guy's already half HP, and I've just shot him like 3 times. And just like that, down, down, down. And if you have a fresh up best, minor major best, or anything like that, this build is going to be even stronger when using the fresh staff. So it is a very fun and easy way to take out a bunch of mobs inside the backyard. This build can also be pretty useful against some of the mixer events in the upper yard if you want to do mixes in New Game Plus, although I don't recommend it. If you wanted to, this build can work pretty well with it. So we are here inside of the Wasp Queen arena, or the Wasp Hive if you want to call it that, and I do know this is one of the best builds to fight against her if you want to be a range class. Use the Ant Queen staff with the Fire Ant set. So for this demonstration, we are going to do just that. We've gotten targeted by a termite that is under the floor, which we cannot attack. So here she is. Fingers crossed we don't get attacked. If we do get attacked, it's not the best, because like the poison she does isn't the most fun. So there we go, and we are fully buffed, and we can just start spraying her in the face, and we run out of stamina. That is perfect. And like this, we can just go ahead and just start mowing her down. Parries 1 attack, and just keep going straight at it. When she summons, we can change to any weapon we want pretty much. If we wanted to, we can just swap to any weapon. Use the mint stuff if we wanted to, use the sour stuff if we really wanted to, just keep knocking her out. And we did get hit there by the wasp drone, which is quite unfortunate because we do have the poison effect on us. If I can go ahead and just take out this one wasp drone, that would be fantastic. There we go. The wasp drone is dead. We're going to go ahead and stack ourselves up with the Wasp Queen and the Spicy Staff once again. Once we are fully stacked, we can go ahead and just start mowing her down with the Ant Queen Staff. Now, once again, I said at the beginning of this video, this isn't going to be like the best build to use all around to kill enemies in the backyard, but a fun one. And if you want to make a somewhat decent staff build, this is the only way to do it pretty much. This is like the best staff build in the game, unfortunately, even though it entirely sucks. One big thing I really wish the devs added is allowing us to perfect block after we cast an attack. Because, like, if you do not know, staff attacks are, like, hindered because you can't perfect block straight after an attack. For example, I'm going to cast and I'm going to spam the block button and I can only block right here. And same with the mint staff, I'm going to fire and I'm holding block the second I fire. And, like, the timer it takes to perfect block is just insane. It makes these builds super weak considering you need to time when to parry, especially the sour stuff. That takes a very long time to perfect block. So if they make it that you can block cancel, this build can be even stronger, and staff builds or stave builds can possibly be extremely strong depending if you know how to block cancel efficiently. So that is going to be the end of today's video, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video just as much as I did finding this out. And if you guys enjoyed this video a lot, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and heck, even a comment down below. I'd really appreciate that. And finally, a massive shout out to my channel members, most importantly my tier 3 members, Coco, Idiot Plays, The Stitchman, and Abby the Cute Cat Gamer. I appreciate you guys a lot. And with that said, guys, I will catch you guys in the next video. And if you're stuck here to this exact moment, I don't know why they added this in the game, but if you wanted to, you can just chuck your staffs. I don't know why you want to do that, but you can just chuck your staffs if you wanted to.